All right, so we're going to um, kind of modify this here so that we can actually have a little more control over our song. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create something called the class. Okay, and so we're going to have a class. We're going to call it the note. And we've seen this before a little bit as well. We use a capital N for note. And we're going to have what we call the init method. And for our class, we're going to give it let's go. We're going to give it two arguments, the frequency and duration. And we'll set that duration to have a default length so we don't have to set it unless we want to. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll say self dot frequency equals frequency, and self dot duration equals duration. Okay. And then we're going to have a play method here. So def play. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take all of this. We're going to put it right there. Okay, so, and then here, since it's in the class, we have to call self. Okay? And now, in our song here, when we create our instances, we're going to call these notes. So we're saying note d5, comma, we'll make some variables here. So we'll say long 0.12, 0. What did I use before? It's saying is 0.425, and we're going to say short equals, I want these to be the same length, equals 0. And then if you're really into music, you can actually adjust these to match like the expected length for based on your tempo and your 16th quarter note, whole note, etc. So this will be 0.2125 for the short one. Okay? And so now what I can do is like that. And so we're going to call this one a note. Default here to be short. Okay? And so we go through and do this on our song. Alright, so I modified this, that these are all notes. And then what we can do here is probably we want a little bit of a shorter like notation. So we're going to use quarter note, eighth note. We could do half note. That'd be 2 times this one. So that'd be 0.83. And whole note will be 0. This would be 1.66. Okay, and you can, like I said, you can do this however you want, but this way, and if you want to do 16th note, you could do this to be half the eighth, so it could be 0. You can even go just 8/2, divide it in half, like that. And so you got these different lengths, and then we can have the default be like an eighth note. And the idea here is, if we use all 3 letters for everything, it makes it a little bit easier to read it. And so we'll just have, the default is an eighth note. And so anything we want to do longer, maybe the default should be a quarter note. Let's say a quarter. Okay? And then anything shorter, so we can leave these as is. And so what that means is, when we put this equal sign right there, what that means is that if we don't assign a duration, then it's going to save it as that. And so they're all going to be that long unless we change them. So anything we want to change, we can make this one to be an eighth note. This to be 16th note. Maybe we want a couple 16th notes. Make this one to be, it's going to mess up our song, but a full note. Make this one to be a half note. Just like that. Okay, something like that. And now, the last thing we don't want to do is, in here, instead of calling play note, we're going to say note dot play, like that. Okay, so let's try running it, see if we made any mistakes. Nope, didn't like that. So line 21, what did we do? Oh, that was an easy one. Okay. Now line 21, something else. Oh, this is a semicolon, not a colon. There we go. Let's save it. Nope. Okay. Now let's run it. So I don't know if you could hear that, but there's definitely some long notes and some short ones. And then we get our half note here. So anyway, so this is a way that you can go in and you could change like the lengths of all your notes using this kind of note class here and the play method on it. Okay.